Hello, good morning. Welcome in to another episode of Good Morning Nasdaq right here on the Clover Trading YouTube channel. I apologize. I know we're usually a couple minutes late, but having some serious technical difficulties here with the YouTube and the internet and the inner workings of the line. Not a specialist, not a technical specialist there, so we're making do. Hopefully you can hear me. Hopefully you can see me. Hopefully you can hear Huddie say something.
Guys, good morning.
Oh, and hopefully that doesn't sound horrible. I don't know. There's a lot of things wrong this morning. I got bless me. Thank you, Huddie. It is Thursday, the 27th day of February, year of our Lord 2025. It's a beautiful day. The warm weather is coming in. We had a great Wine Wednesday last night. Jack Kellogg joined the show. You can go check that out if you missed it. Or make sure that you're subscribed right now so you never miss a future episode. We go live every day the market is open, and on Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern, for some Wine Wednesday. Also appreciate it if you hit that thumbs up button. That really makes us feel happy inside and all over. So really, really hope that you guys hit that thumbs up, hit the like button, share this stream with your friends, let them know that we exist, post long form content as well every single week. So check out the rest of the channel. Howdy, how we doing today?
We're good. It's kind of feels like a slower morning out there. Not as many gappers as we've been used to seeing these days.
Yeah, my scanner's been all sorts of messed up. Oh, I think I fixed it, but I don't know. What are the two biggest gappers? ULYXNET, then ATCH, blah blah.
Yeah, been basically ULY and XNet.
Okay, I think I got that working better right now. Um, where are we at in the week? What's going on? How do we?
Today's Thursday.
It's Thursday. How's the market been? How the crappers and gappers been? How's the overall market been? Catch us up to speed. Get us ready for the second half of this week, so we are ready to attack it and end the month strong.
Okay, well, the first half of the week started off with a weak overall market look. And I still think we're kind of there. Again, we have all of the major theme stocks kind of breaking down, the SPY kind of falling off its highs. Um, and the gapping the stocks that have been gapping have been crapping quite well. Short-lived pushes and then fall off a cliff. I don't necessarily know if that's just going to sustain. I don't necessarily think it's that correlated with the market, although it probably helps that we have a weak market. I feel like it does incite people to be less bullish. But I still think stocks are going to get manipulated either way, no matter what the market's doing, especially here in small cap. So, today we have one like big gapper that might be a lot of focus and attention on that stock, just because it's going to be probably on everyone's eyes because there's not much else to look at. Not a whole lot of structure out there, not a whole lot of stocks that are setting up. So, people might just be looking at big percent gainers to trade.
I feels you, and that certainly makes sense. Got a couple of those, two over 70%, and then everything else is significantly lower. Got 2 days left in the month. Yeah, just kind of sitting back and waiting for big picture opportunity. We had a couple backside bounces. If you guys were live with us yesterday on Wine Wednesday, that worked all right. The overall market looks to be trying to bounce yesterday. Kind of had periods of looking like we were going to bounce and periods like looking like we were going to go lower. This morning it is green to start the day, so we shall see. I feel like we dealt with this a lot in, was it January, where it's like every Monday the market gapped down really big and then it kind of reset everything, and then we kind of had, like, by the end of the week some opportunities started to come and then boom, reset. It takes time for that reset to take place, for runners to run so that they have ran, so that we can trade opportunities on them. And I don't have any say in that, so I just have to sit back and wait for good opportunities. Not a lot on the watch list this morning in general, and the gappers are a little bleak, but there's some opportunity there. So let us start by going there to ULY, your biggest gapper of the day, which is Urgently, software application company out of the United States of America. 9.84 million float. 16 hours ago, they announced capital structure improvements and secure up to $20 million in new financing. Have you dove into that head first?
dove into it any more than what you just read, which is, they got some money to pay off some debt and some, short-term obligations. And other than that, I think there's a pumper on it, and that's why it's up.
Yeah, not a lot here on this page. It says that it doesn't have any relevant dilution filings. They only have zero point 0.3 months of cash left, so them getting some money makes some sense. I haven't really tracked catalysts all that much, but not like there's a groundbreaking news here. It's more of just they're working on themselves and capturing some dollar signs. Taking a look at the daily chart, small-ish float, 9.8 million on a sub-dollar stock is pretty low. Bounce from the lows of the 40s up towards $1 this morning. Let's go back in time and look at big volume days. Seem to have some tops in the 80 cent to $1 area. That's where the last move kind of ran into some resistance. Doesn't surprise me either. One is a big whole dollar number that could definitely play a role as support or resistance, which is where we've topped out again this morning. A lot more volume today than we did on the days that tested $1 last time. So maybe something to note there, that maybe we have the potential to be a little stronger this time around. Only been trading for about a year and a half and been top left to bottom right. Super fadey chart, quite clean. Lower high, lower high, lower high. If we were to sustain and hold over $1, that'd be kind of your first significant trend break in this daily chart on decent volume. What do you think here, Huddie?
I like your read right there. I mean, it's all going to be about this dollar area, I think, and it's either going to reject or it's going to start to hold it. Other than that, it's kind of a low float with some news that they got some money, and we'll see what it does. There's not a lot of information on this chart. It's not a lot of structure, but I kind of like this dollar area.
Yeah, kind of interesting. Up a decent amount into this resistance. Right now it's at 120, so probably 130, 140 at $1. We'll see what that opening action looks like. Generally speaking, on these lower float gappers, you get some volatile action out of the gate, and after 15 to 30 minutes, we kind of set our direction for the day. We will see if that is a strong response to this news and this catalyst on this daily chart, or if it kind of does what a lot of them have been doing this week, which is fading off even after any short-term momentum and then closing much lower. But not a ton of precedent of that either on this daily chart, so we will all learn and see together. But that is your biggest gapper of the day, ULY, urgently. Urgently. I want to remind you to hit that thumbs up button here. Really helps the channel, makes us feel really good, and just want to let you guys know we appreciate you and every like that you put on our videos. Also pinned in the live chat is our upcoming bootcamp link. We'll be live in person with some guest speakers in Los Angeles, California, March 22nd through the 24th. If that sounds interesting to you, if you're in the area, check it out. Go get yourself a ticket. We'll have 2 days of presentation style education where we're just sitting, taking notes, talking to the people around you at your desk, and just really soaking in all the education from multi-million-dollar traders. And then we'll have cocktail hour, time to ask us questions in person. We'll have roundtables, watch list building, live trading on the Monday and or the Tuesday if you choose VIP. But we do have some space available. So if you have been interested and haven't gotten your ticket yet, make sure to do so soon as we approach March right now and are heading into just a few weeks out from the in-person boot camp. Next biggest gapper of the day, XNET. All right, is this one that we would have traded in like 2017 or 18 or something with like Bitcoin?
We've definitely traded this before.
I don't know what sector, but I remember it a long time ago.
Yeah, I do too. I think it was like crypto.
I think it was too. Back when, what are the other ones that we used to trade in crypto that are now all beaten down and diluted?
Bless me.
Bless you.
What are
the main ones? When you back in the day, the listed stocks we used to trade. I'm blanking right now. When it came
like
to
the Mara
crypto.
and the riots
there
and
you
stuff
go.
like that.
Yeah, I feel like XNet was in that group for a little while. A China company with a 34 million float. Kind of a weird dilution tracker day. Both of these maybe is yours saying more and I'm like not signed in or something? Or does yours say there's no dilution?
I haven't looked at dilution tracker in a long time. Let's check.
So I feel like sometimes I restarted my computer, so maybe I'm just not
Doesn't
getting
seem like
there.
there's any dilution. It's like one of those, it's like a bigger company, more of a real company. Yeah, they are on the blockchain. They're out of China. Um,
Not any news or catalyst that I see here. Um, 34 million float. They are cash flow positive. Things are looking up for XNet, for Zune Lai, Zune something. Um, okay, not a lot to go into in terms of dilution here, but I'm not even getting like the high across the board, low across the board. I'll have to check into that. Decent volume start the day. $5 right now, up 75% from sub $3. Done 22 million. Kind of a little breakout here over the 370s area. Not one that I would ever been ready for predicting or keeping on watch, because this run is doing it on, sub million volume every day. So really only interested in buying breakouts over high volume days on the daily chart, or multi-day stretches where the stock is trading relatively larger volume than it normally does. Been in an uptrend for the last little while, kind of bullish. Kind of different than what we see for most gappers. You hear a lot of top left to bottom right, where the stocks are just fading and 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 fading. And this one actually has been kind of making higher lows over the past few years and building itself up. Big, breakout over the twos area, and now breaking out over 380s. This feels a little different than our typical grab and craps from where it's starting from. Usually they're starting from the dead lows. But running into right now, if you go back a few more years towards 2021, where we had a pretty nice run on this stock, guessing they haven't done any splits because these numbers seem to make sense. From the 3s to the 10s and some lower highs, and then long kiss goodnight. But starting to run into some of that resistance right now into the 5, 6, 7 area, all the way up towards 10. What are your first impressions here, Steve?
the first thing I think about is that it is a former runner. It's also a bigger company, so as far as like short selling it, you will not see me doing that. I'm just probably going to leave it alone and let it go. I think you're right. I think it's kind of in an uptrend. Do I think it's a good market environment for a Bitcoin stock to go further? No, but again, like things can get manipulated for whatever reason, and this is a Chinese stock that has a history of running and going on multi-day runs, and that's kind of where we're at. Coming to it right now, it is on a nice uptrend. So definitely not going to buy it, but I'm definitely also not short biased. Um, so I'll probably just leave this one alone. That's my first thought.
You say because it was too big?
It's just like more of like a real share structure type of stock. I mean, everything you said, right? This isn't like your average cap and crap type of look. This is not something I'm looking to short sell.
Yeah, I tend to agree. Um, yeah, not a ton more on it for me. That's your second biggest gapper. XNet gapping up 70+% right now into the $5 area. See how that one reacts today. Maybe there was news I didn't see it. So if you do have news, let us know in the live chat. And let us know any questions you guys have, because that kind of wraps up the biggest gappers of the day right now. Looking at the chat. SK says Dom EDIT potential first green day.
Really?
No thanks. The run really wasn't all that impressive. Only from the 1s to the 3s. Like to usually look for 300% plus, unless it's something I'm really, really familiar with. Something like a Fannie Mae, where I understand its behavior very well. You do have a nice clean run, but it wasn't until the last day that the volume kind of upticked. You got a ton of green, red, green moves in here. And we're just kind of past the point of interest for me, where once we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, whatever it is, once we get past like 1, 2, 3 red days, I think people just forgot it. When I had forgot, I didn't really watch it on the front side too much, but when you brought it up, I was like, what is this ticker? So if a lot of people feel like that, then they're not probably looking to jump right back into it. Any shorts, I really want the stocks that people really got stuck on the short side, because those are the ones who fought it on the way down. Those are the ones who still need to cover if there's some sort of liquidity trap. And this just feels like kind of your B runner with an average backside. And so no, nothing there from me. Matt says you won't touch ULY until after open, not taking early position. I think I'm talking to you.
No, I
Never
don't
do.
really have a pre-market strategy. So all my entries come during market hours.
Yeah. The easier your rules are, the simpler you make them, the less room there is for you to deviate, to go off script, to make mistakes, to not know if you're making a mistake because you don't have very good criteria. Um, I think that's kind of what Huddy was talking about earlier. If everyone's just kind of stuck on one trade and everyone wants to jump in and do something on it, this could be our most volatile mover of the day.
It can be.
Gustavo says no more raffles for the boot camp. No more raffles. We gave away 2 tickets on Wednesday 2 weeks ago. I don't even think management wanted us to give away 2, but we usually just give away 1 or 2, and then fortunately the rest had to be purchased. But really excited, looking forward to that. We haven't all met up as a group in a while, and we haven't done a boot camp since in New York of last year, so it'll be pretty similar time frame, about a year past that. And excited to talk about some new stuff. Red Candle says, I remember XNet in early 2017. Yeah, I feel like I definitely remember it from back in the day.
Dude, I remember trading it like it was yesterday in 2017. It really frustrated the hell out of me.
Hey guys, what do you think of TCBP reverse split pump setup? Good factors, 510K float, blah, blah, blah. I somehow don't pull the trigger when I see this daily chart. What do you think about it?
I wouldn't touch it.
I mean, you got to know who you're talking to. Have you ever heard myself, Huddy, Kyle, Jack Schwartz, anyone who's been around the Clovers, ever bring up the words reverse split pump? Because if you go and you want to do a whole webinar with Huddy where all he talks about is buying for screen days, we're not going to get very far. We all have very specific skill sets and areas of the market where we trade. Pulling this up, I don't know how one would have found this. I truly don't. I don't know. Are you looking at it?
I'm looking at it.
I don't know what the answer is because I don't know what it is. A reverse split pump, I don't know what that is. Is that when the stock does a reverse split, and then you just buy, hoping that
I think it's
goes
the
up?
I think it's like the intention is to like catch a PR because they have to defend a certain price, or else
Is that what
face getting
Roland used to
delisted.
do?
Roland used to talk about it a lot. It's not a strategy that I necessarily ever want to do. Like I don't like sitting in horrible stocks waiting for them to PR. Like there's just so many ways to not only get crushed, but also like botch that plan in 5 million different ways. So it's not really like a. And I get why you have a hard time pulling the trigger. Like you shouldn't have a whole lot of conviction because you have so little in your control. Um, that like why would I want to sit in this? This looks horrible to me.
Okay. Yeah. So I would maybe learn that from the person teaching it, not necessarily going to be us. And yeah, I'm not going to encourage you one way or the other because usually when something like this happens, so a Cheem, I'm sure we'll reconvene tomorrow or Monday when TCBP is our biggest gapper of the day. And we'll have to say, oh, they were on to something. So just preparing for that. Not a strategy of mine, not a strategy of Huddy's. So they really can't help you out there, unfortunately. We're looking at big picture daily chart setups, and this is a stock that looks like it's about to break new lows on its daily chart today. So not for us. It's Parker says, I'm late. Did XNet have any warrants? Huddy, yes or no?
So,
Huh?
not that I saw.
We didn't see anything.
I didn't see anything.
We didn't see anything. Kind of a
There's like nothing there.
slow world out there right now. Do you have any pointers? What should people be spending their time doing? And our room has been super quiet. The overall market just feels boring, feels unpredictable right now. But there have been plays here and there. What should people be doing with their spare time, middle of the day, at night? How should they be getting better during this period so they don't poop on a stick the next time we get a bunch of runners all in a row?
I think they should be studying. I think everyone should be studying. We had a good Wine Wednesday last night. Jack dropped a lot of knowledge on what's been working for him and what he's trying to get better at doing. So that's some good information to digest. And there's tons of great content all over YouTube. So if your setup isn't there and there's nothing for you to trade, like that's what I would do. I would study not only like great traders, but I'd also study any DVD or frameworks that you're working on building, and just put your hours towards the market without actually needing to be at the market.
That's fantastic. That's amazing, Huddy. Thank you for that.
No problem.
I agree. I think people overestimate how much time they should be clicking buttons and underestimate how much time they should be sitting back, looking at data, looking at results, looking at their own statistics that they've tracked, studying DVDs, studying guides. I mean, it's unreal. When I went to my first conference and I realized how little most people were doing, but said they wanted to be a 6-figure trader, 7-figure trader, I was like, wow. Like, this is going to be easier than I thought. All I have to do is beat all these people, because no one does the work. Almost no one does the work. Only people like Huddy, Kyle, Jack, the people that we ended up meeting at those type of things. A lot of work is required. And when you're gifted the time to do it, because during market hours, there aren't the trades there, that's when you get better. That's when you get your leg up. And that's when you make a whole lot more when the market shifts in your direction. So studying, underrated. I think everyone wants the quick pill, the idea, the trade alert that's going to change your life, when in reality, the only person that's going to do that is you. And that is going to be if you are a self-sustainable trader and you're self-sufficient and can do what you want to do. You fit into the market in a nice little place like a puzzle piece, and you just stay there happily, getting better and better over time. So we'll be live one more time this week, tomorrow at 8:45 a.m. right here on the Clover Trading YouTube channel. Don't forget, hit that subscribe button so you never miss an episode. Hit the notification bell too if you don't want to miss when we go live. And get signed up for the in-person boot camp coming up at the end of March in Los Angeles, California. So wonderful to have you guys here. We will see you in the next one. And we're going to go hang out in the Clover Trading Room right now. Goodbye, everybody.